We spent a lot of time looking at some of the vaccine trials or some of the preliminary results in these trials of Western companies. What's going on in China? How far advanced are they in finding a solution for COVID-19?
It's all hands on deck for the Chinese in looking for a vaccine. And in fact, there are some exciting trials that have been reported. Most recently, one with that looks like it has it could produce a vaccine fairly soon. I think it's CanSino Biologics is one, but they're in a race against because this is an international competition now between. And they're in a race with a UK company and also Pfizer and a German company also are in the process of producing a potentially promising vaccine.
Do we know how, I mean, China has handled COVID-19 differently to a lot of Western countries. What do we know that has worked there and that we could do here?
Oh, China went after and some initial fumbles that have had regrettably global implications. China put an entire province effectively on lockdown and enforced very stringent measures to quarantine its citizens, with the result that it kept rates down. They are increasing a little bit, but we're talking, I think, fewer than 24 cases in China right now compared to the incredible surge in cases in the United States and indeed elsewhere in the region. Some of the places that were models are now seeing a third wave. Hong Kong, for example, has recently seen its cases rise as well.
Carla, from Johns Hopkins, is the general sense here that this crisis has diminished the Communist Party in China, or is it actually been an opportunity for them? Is it enhanced their position?
That's something we're still debating. I think we're wondering. A lot of the lockdown measures have been enforced in part with increased uses of technology, and we're not sure how that will play out in the long run. I think President Xi and the Communist Party faced an uphill battle after the initial handling of the virus, but now as the Chinese look around the world at different responses by different governments, I think, in fact, within China, that has strengthened the Communist Party's position.
You are truly expert on this. Do we know the quality of our intelligence on China? I mean, we're obviously getting a managed message out of their different news agencies and even their scientific community. But do we have good intelligence on the ground in China?
I think we always have to wonder about the quality of our information, and regrettably, in recent years, we've seen a number of, and in fact, very recently in particular, we've seen the number of international reporters limited, including U.S. reporters, some of whom provided very, very high quality reporting out of China, and so you know, it's really in the past it was quite easy to do field work in China, and there was a lot of great data coming out of China. I think all researchers around the world are going to have to reevaluate how we do research with China. But I think that's where partnerships with Chinese universities and so forth will become important. It's a difficult political issue, though, for societies that find many of China's current political practices anathema.
How will it change the way that we deal with the next pandemic when and if it hits us?
I'm not sure who we is, but I think we're going to have to recognize that this is probably not exactly the new normal, but we certainly are going to face other transnational challenges. And my hope, you know, personally, is that we will work together collectively at the global level. This time around, we didn't do that. The bilateral tensions between the U.S. and China have been a major factor in that, and frankly, the bungled American response has been as well, because normally the world looks to U.S. leadership, and in this case, we have not delivered. I hope there'll be some post-pandemic reassessment around the world, and so we will have better quality systems in place in the future.